Ever heard of a king who gave up his throne for a promise? Meet Rama, the eldest son of King Dasharatha, and an avatar of the god Vishnu. He was the perfect prince, destined to rule the kingdom of Ayodhya. But fate had other plans. A long-forgotten promise made by his father came back to haunt the palace. Due to a queen's jealousy and a king's unbreakable word, Rama was banished to the forest for 14 long years. His beautiful and devoted wife Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana refused to let him go alone. Together, the three of them left behind the comforts of the palace and stepped into the wild, unknown dangers of the Dandaka forest. How could a story that starts with such noble sacrifice lead to a war that shook the heavens? Life in the forest was simple but filled with hidden threats. The trio lived in a humble hut, surviving off the land. But this wasn't just any forest. It was the Dandaka, a place teeming with Rakshasas demons, who saw these royal hermits as intruders. Rama and Lakshmana, being masterful warriors, protected their small haven, defeating any demon that dared to challenge them. Yet, whispers of their presence traveled on the wind, reaching the ears of the most powerful demon lords. A sinister plot was brewing in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike and shatter their peaceful exile. The real danger wasn't the demons they could see, but the one who was watching from afar, consumed by a dark and twisted obsession. One day, the illusion of peace was broken by a breathtaking sight. A golden deer shimmering as if made of pure sunlight pranced near their hut. Its hide was so magnificent that Sita was instantly captivated. She pleaded with Rama to capture it for her. Lakshmana, ever cautious, warned that it might be a trick, a demon in disguise. But Rama, wanting to fulfill his wife's wish, went after the magical creature, leaving Lakshmana to guard Sita. This wasn't just any deer. It was the demon Marecha, sent by the demon king Ravana on a deadly mission. As Rama pursued it deep into the woods, the deer led him far away. Finally, Rama shot it with an arrow. As it died, the demon mimicked Rama's voice, crying out for Sita and Lakshmana. The trap was sprung. Hearing the cry, Sita panicked and insisted that Lakshmana go to his brother's aid. Despite his better judgment and Rama's strict orders to protect her, he couldn't bear her distress. Before leaving, he drew a protective line around the hut, a magical barrier called the Lakshmana Rekha, begging Sita not to cross it under any circumstances. The moment he was gone, a new figure appeared, an old, holy man, begging for food and water. This was no sage. It was Ravana, the 10-headed demon king of Lanka, in disguise. He had heard tales of Sita's unparalleled beauty and was determined to make her his. When Sita hesitated to cross the line, he preyed on her sense of duty, shaming her for not offering hospitality. Torn, Sita stepped out to give him alms. In that instant, Ravana revealed his terrifying true form, grabbed her, and flew away on his celestial chariot, soaring towards his island kingdom of Lanka. When Rama and Lakshmana returned to an empty hut, their world fell apart. They searched frantically, calling her name, but found only signs of a struggle. Their quest to find Sita led them to a dying Yatayu, the Great Eagle King, who had fought valiantly to stop Ravana, but was mortally wounded. With his last breath, he told Rama that the demon king of Lanka had abducted Sita and flown south. This is where our story introduces one of its greatest heroes, Hanuman, the mighty monkey warrior and son of the wind god. Rama and Lakshmana met him while searching for the monkey kingdom of Kish. Pledging his eternal devotion, Hanuman became Rama's greatest ally. He used his divine powers to find Sita, discovering she was held captive in Ravana's palace garden in Lanka. Hanuman faced an impossible task, crossing the vast ocean that separated the mainland from the island. He grew to a gigantic size, took a mighty leap of faith, and flew across the sea. In Lanka, Hanuman found Sita in the Ashoka Grove, heartbroken but defiant, refusing all of Ravana's advances. To prove he was Rama's messenger, Hanuman gave her Rama's signet ring. Overjoyed, Sita gave Hanuman a precious jewel from her hair to take back to her husband, a secret message of hope and resilience. But Hanuman wasn't going to leave without sending a message of his own. He allowed himself to be captured by Ravana's guards. Brought before the demon king, Hanuman warned him to return Sita or face total destruction. Enraged, Ravana ordered his men to set Hanuman's tail on fire. But this was a terrible mistake. Using his magical abilities, Hanuman shrank and broke free from his bonds. With his tail ablaze, he leaped from rooftop to rooftop, setting the entire golden city of Lanka on fire. He turned his punishment into a weapon of terror, leaving behind a trail of chaos and destruction before leaping back across the ocean. With proof of Sita's location and Ravana's refusal to surrender, war was inevitable. But how could an army of monkeys and bears cross the ocean? This is where devotion created a miracle. Under the guidance of the twin monkey engineers, Nala and Nila, the army began building a bridge. They brought massive stones to the shore, and as they inscribed Rama's name on each one, the stones miraculously floated on water. The army worked tirelessly, creating a causeway across the sea, a legendary structure known as Rama Set. This bridge of faith stood as a testament to their unwavering devotion, allowing Rama's entire army to march across the ocean and land on the shores of Lanka, ready to face the Demon King. The war for Lanka was not just a battle of armies. It was a clash of families and ideologies. Not everyone in Lanka supported Ravana's evil deeds. His own younger brother Vibhishana was a righteous man who pleaded with Ravana to return Sita and avoid war. When Ravana violently rejected his counsel, Vibhishana defected to Rama's side. This was a turning point. Vibhishana revealed Ravana's greatest secrets, including the source of his invincibility and the weaknesses of his most powerful warriors. He knew the layout of the city, the demons, military strategies, and the fatal flaw of Ravana's own son. The war became a battle of brother against brother, pitting dharma, or righteousness, against adama, or evil. The gods watched from the heavens as the fate of the universe hung in the balance. The battle that followed was cataclysmic. The sky darkened with arrows, and the earth shook with the clash of maces and swords. Gods, demons, monkeys, and bears fought in a ferocious, bloody conflict. The losses were immense. Lakshmana was struck down by a powerful celestial weapon and fell near death. In a desperate race against time, Hanuman flew all the way to the Himalayas, uprooted an entire mountain containing the magical life-saving herb, Sanjivani, and brought it back just in time to save him. The final showdown came down to Rama versus Ravana. Ravana used dark magic and illusions, but Rama, armed with a divine celestial weapon Brahmastra, aimed for the one weak spot Vibhishana had revealed. The arrow pierced Ravana's heart, ending the reign of the 10-headed Demon King and shaking the heavens themselves. With Ravana defeated and the war won, Rama and Sita were finally reunited. But their joy was short-lived. After months in another man's palace, whispers and doubts about Sita's purity began to circulate among the people of Ayodhya. To silence the gossip and uphold the honor of his lineage, Rama asked Sita to undergo a trial by fire, an Agni Parisha, to prove her faithfulness. Heartbroken but resolute, Sita walked into a raging pyre. The flames, however, refused to touch her. Agni, the fire god himself, emerged from the blaze with Sita, presenting her to the world unharmed, her purity vouched for by the gods. They returned to Ayodhya in triumph, where Rama was finally crowned king. Yet, even in victory, the shadow of this trial would forever linger. A painful question and a story of perfect duty and sacrifice. Thank you for watching this epic tale from the Rama. If you enjoyed this story of courage, love, and devotion, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next journey into mythology. See you next time.